Before you understand the cloud service model, you must realize the concepts of a consumer and a provider. A consumer is a user, a person, an organization, an application, or a software process that requests, uses, and releases resources and services. A provider is a person or an organization that delivers and provisions resources and services to a consumer. Delivering and provisioning resources and services involves installing hardware and software and using automation and workflows. Now, let's understand the cloud service model by looking at the various ways in which cloud services are delivered. The figure shows the X as a service, SaaS, model. X is here the service offered by a provider. X can be a software, an infrastructure, or a platform. The SaaS service model consists of three types of services: infrastructure as a service, or IaaS, platform as a service, or PaaS, and software as a service, or SaaS. In this figure, you can see these three types of services in the cloud service model. The functionality of the software stack, from low-level server components to the cloud, grows by increasing the abstraction of functionality. IaaS is the cloud service delivery model that allows an organization to outsource the equipment used to support operations, including storage, hardware, servers, and networking components. The service provider owns the equipment and is responsible for housing, running, and maintaining it. The client pays for the service on a per-use basis. In a shared hosting model, the consumer has a fixed unit of capacity because it is bound by a single server or resource allocation in the instance of a virtual server. The consumer either owns the server or rents it over a fixed period, usually in months or years, but pays a fixed amount regardless of the amount of resources consumed. The following are the hosting services offered today. Dedicated. In case of dedicated service, one physical machine of the required specification is dedicated to the consumer. Shared. In case of shared service, several virtual machines are carved out of a system and one machine is provided to the consumer. Co-location. In case of co-location service, the provider offers only the space and the consumer gets his or her own hardware. Shared web. A shared web hosting service is used for web services. In IaaS, the cloud provider manages the hardware, networks, and virtualization layer. The provider ensures that all servers are running correctly. Let's understand IaaS through real-life examples. IaaS is a utility computing service. Main features of IaaS are as follows. Utility computing service. The service can only be accessed on demand. Cost-effective. There is no investment in hardware. Dynamic scaling at compute, memory, storage, and network layers. Resources are available as and when the customer needs them. Desktop virtualization. All the setup is based on the concept of desktop virtualization, which means that there is no possibility of security breach. Policy-based services. This means that everything is related to licensed products, so there are no duplicates in the software environments used here. Internet connectivity. This means that the speed for downloading data on the cloud machine is faster and safer. IaaS is a foundational layer for other higher-level services such as PaaS and SaaS. IaaS enables you to save a considerable amount of money in case of complex compute requirements. Some of the common providers of IaaS services are Amazon, Google, IBM, and Rackspace. These providers allow you to host your virtual machines with the desired specification. In the next video, we will discuss PaaS and SaaS.